Lance Hall here for Let's Discuss with Lance Hall. Happy to welcome Cody Souza to the program today. Bassist, vocalist for Hatriot. How you doing, Cody?
Good, man. Good. How about yourself?
Not too bad. I have heard an advanced copy of the new album From Days Unto Darkness. It is awesome. You must be looking forward to getting this thing out.
Yeah, man. We're super stoked. It's awesome to hear already that you enjoy it. So.
Yeah. Coming out July 26th via Massacre Records. I always like to approach these, Cody, as someone who has never, as a new fan who has come across you guys. Say he's gone to the music store and flipping down through, and he's gone by the Halford and all that stuff in the H's. He gets the Hatriot.
Yeah.
I did a little background on your name, on the group name, but I was hoping to get a little more from you. But I did hear this name was Kerry King approved.
You mean Gary Holt approved?
Okay, either way. I read Carrie, but
I'm not sure. So I guess Pops created the title with actually Costa and my brother.
Okay.
Pre-inceptions before I was even in the band. It was like still there was no bassist yet, right? So, but yeah, they definitely like the word Hatriot and just ran with it. So.
Cool. And then you look at the name of the album, From Days Unto Darkness. What's with the title of the album? Story behind it.
Yeah, it's just these like I tell everybody, generic metal story 101, right? We're just trying to tell a cryptic story about days fading into nothingness. The same as when you drink too much or when you pass out, you daze into darkness. So kind of a double entendre going on there, but having fun with it and just covers our same typical themes in the past. No horror movies, violence, everything that is good old fun thrash metal, right?
Absolutely, traditional. And then, of course, the cover art. I hope you can help me pronounce this gentleman's name who did the art. I'm going to let you do it because I don't want to butcher it.
No, I don't. That issues came up in the past, so I mean, however you want to pronounce it, then go for it. Kevin worked with the guy, so I'm not too much into that. So,
okay, I think it was like Pialo Gerard or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I've seen his name many a times, but yeah, there you go.
Okay. So. Now, this is, of course, the first album of Hatriot where you have done the vocals, replacing your father Steve, of course, who is legendary in thrash. How was it feeling stepping into his shoes?
It was cool, man. It was at first really nerve-wracking, but then after all the positive feedback at the first few shows, first few recordings of just one-offs of old materials and stuff, I knew I had it, but you got the perception's everything, right? Everyone understands that it is what it is in his vein, but a little different, a little me, and we're having fun with it. So
it must be sort of a double-edged sword, because some people are saying, oh, you sound just like your dad. Other people are saying you sound fresh and new. It's like, can you do the right thing,
Yeah, right. It's that scrutiny. But, hey, more importantly, it keeps the band moving in the direction that it was moving. I told another interviewer earlier, it was like, it's very youthful. At the same time, there's some similarities, but there's also some differences, too. So, but very much kept Hatriot in the vein of Hatriot. If I was still just the bass player and we had gotten another singer, I don't know if we could have gotten exactly what we wanted. You know what I mean?
Right. Had you done much singing prior to this?
In my high school bands and, backup vocals on Hatriot previously, not much. This is my first, I guess, I want to say full-time singing gig, but I also play bass at the same time. So, but yeah, no, the first time actually being the front man as far as vocals go. Yeah. So
I like to ask this question. Do you consider yourself then a bass player who sings or a singer who plays bass?
That's a hard one. You have my fiance laughing in the background. So I think I'm a bass player who sings. I don't know. So I pride myself on being a pretty technical player. I'm not saying I'm the best, right? But
sure.
I play full on the guitar and not just riffing on the open E. But when vocals got thrown in the mix, bass parts had to be dumbed down a bit because, like I said, this is my first full-time singing, let alone singing and playing bass. So over time, the parts have, again, got back up more technical along with singing. But, I pride myself in both. Yeah. It was funny, Exodus let me sing a local song with them. I did Wars of My Shepherd with my father in San Francisco at the Regency Theater. And it was the first time I sang without a bass in my hand. So I get off stage and everyone's like, "Oh, that was cool," but my buddy's all, "Dude, you were so awkward. You didn't know what the fuck to do with your other hand. It was hell to me." So I'm used to always having the guitar there, the bass guitar. So
yeah.
But I mean, it's all a learning process. We're having fun with it, man. So that's what we're moving forward. So.
Absolutely. Now you got your brother Nick on drums. We alluded to Kevin briefly on guitar. Then you got Costa on guitar. Writing process for this album, did everybody sort of contribute, or how did that go?
No, as far as music goes, so musically, it's pretty much Costa's the mastermind behind everything.
Okay.
We all write it together as Hatriot, but Costa is the mastermind behind the music. He usually lays it out with my brother to make sure what kind of drum beats he wants over what and what sounds good, and then we all learn it from there. As far as vocals go, though, is we give like pre-project names to all the songs, and then Vocalist is kind of a free-for-all. Whoever wants to grab what and run with what, as long as there's communication, is fine, right? So yeah. I wrote a few, Nick wrote a few, Costa wrote one, my dad wrote one. Nice. So yeah, it was fun. So, but we got the, every business is unorthodox in how they do things. So we've learned how to Hatriot, right? Like the steps it takes to get these albums out. I know this one took a lot longer than the ones before that due to personal life, ventures, but definitely we have our chemistry down for sure. So
very cool. You got a video out for Organic Remains. I saw on a Facebook page you sort of alluded to another single maybe coming out soon.
Yeah, I don't know if Kevin released the title on that or not. He does a lot of our social media work. Him and my brother, me a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm allowed to release any title yet, but yeah, we are teasing another lyric video.
Okay. I didn't see anything, so I'm not gonna get you in trouble. So we'll just
sounds good.
We'll just stay tuned. Of course, I did see you guys are all on social media. You got your website, www.hatriotofficial.com. You're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Social media. How do you find it? Blessing, curse?
So in the beginning, dude, it was so good. Let's go in the time machine in the DeLorean and go back. Do you remember MySpace music?
Yeah.
Dude, it was the best. The scene, so being a high schooler, going through that, the scene was never so strong, and everyone had a way of communicating with each other. It was about the bands, it was about the music, and it's just, that was, I guess the chasing the dragon is that moment there. I mean, Facebook was good at first, now it's very slim to getting engagements and everything else, and everything's about meme bands, and it's I mean, even when we drop memes, they're funny, right? And that's what goes viral, but a place for actual news and getting stuff done, unless you're interested, the casual fan, I'll say, is no longer engaged, to where I think the algorithms before forced them to be engaged, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so, no, I totally get it.
Yeah, but that's kind of where that's at. So
yeah, I mean, Facebook always has it to the point where you have to be on there for so long to see stuff before you saw more, and now they've slimmed it down so much. Obviously they want you on more to get more info from you, which makes it tough.
Yeah, it's all on like a bell curve, right? Of the more you're on, the more you're rewarded. It seems like that, and it's that's why we had to get other people involved in the social media mix, just to keep it relevant, man. The majority of the numbers on there are from before that algorithm drop happened. So it's a necessary evil, I guess. You have to have some kind of live aspect to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. I agree. Want to get into the album? I got a few songs here to ask you about. I made some notes on that I thought were really cool. I mean, I could ask questions on all of them, but you got 52 minutes of music here, so. One Less Hell. I loved the opening build into some serious freaking thrash once it got really ramped up and going. Can you give me a little bit of background on that one?
So that one was a hard one to write, because we wanted to go for the generic violent, domestic violence type movement on a song, but something that was also righteous at the same time. So the song's actually about a woman that's being abused, and she looks down at her gun, and one line is take his life to satisfy my anger, mine to simplify escape, and she turns to take the gun on her husband, right? So that one's kind of righteously. The little person, goes up top, whether it's the correct way or not. To her, it's an ultimate escape. It's one less hell to answer, right? One less hell she has to go through. So that one's pretty cool.
Nice.
I get to sing from the point of view of a female, so that was fun.
Yeah, there you go. Carnival of Execution. You got that Circus organ opening, which was super cool. I think the only other, I mean, I'm sure there have been tons of others used it. The first song I thought of was "Flamin' Youth" by Kiss. You know, there's the Circus, that Circus organ, circus organ in that.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure. I mean, it's kind of it's a generic sound, right? I mean, everything Rise Against has like a point in one of their albums where it's like circus music, and it always fits so well, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
and my note was 5 minutes and 33 seconds of pure mayhem. I also liked a little bit of a sing-along section, almost like a soccer chant or something in there.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, something we kind of went with. I could say where I got it from, but, you know, everything is a little, not like that I got that exact part from, but what influenced it, you know. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, that was a fun song to write as well, man. It was lyrics from the name title off of Dawn the New Centurion, and, you know, this is one line where Pops rattles off, like, Carnival of Execution, you're right, and we're always like, what is that, right? So that's kind of like our gladiator circus, right? You can't stop but staring at it, but then ultimately the devil is like the barker, and he consumes you, and you become part of the show, too. I mean, it's been done before, Looney Tunes, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? But kind of our way of capitalizing on that, making it our own way, you know?
Yeah, very cool. The last one I got to ask you about, and this was probably my favorite track on the album, was In the Mind of the Mad. My notes here has take One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, mash it together with Requiem for a Dream. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
And it's a total mashup blitzkrieg of insanity.
Yeah, that one was mainly Pops. So when I rejoined, when he left, you know, and wanted to help with just manage, he said he was like, don't worry, I'm still going to write all the songs. And then they kind of came to try and write the album, and he wrote this one. And that was he had ideas and helps in like kickoffs on other songs. Mm-hmm. But this was the one him and my brother had sat down and wrote. So this one's pretty much me just replicating the show at that point. It's fast, it spits hard. The whole second half of the song is a total Slayer-esque thrasher at the end there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, a lot of fun with that one, too.
Very cool. One of your pages say you got a couple of live dates coming up. August 24th, you're playing Iron Mountain Metal Fest out there in Anderson, California. November 2nd, you got a retirement show in Sacramento for...
Yeah, Tina, a local promoter from up in Sacramento. She helped us out up there, Tina Mattis. She's super cool. So she asked us to play her last show she's doing, and without we couldn't even say no. You know what I mean? Yeah. So gotta help those that help you. You know, that's what keeps it fun. That's what makes it like a little community. So
absolutely.
That's cool. Yeah.
Any other gigs in the works? Or tour in the works or anything?
There may be, I don't know if I'm going to get shot in the head for this. There may be a show getting booked in San Francisco closer to the release date.
Okay.
There may be a few listening parties here and there. A couple weekend stuff we're working on. All logistics with what work will allow, and you know, what we want to do as a whole. Pretty much. There's some things in the works. So.
Cool. The other thing I've got to ask you, like, you know, you got your brother Nick on drums. You worked a lot with your dad quite a bit. I'm a person who's also worked a lot in family businesses, you know, with my parents and my brothers. So I know how, you know, a double-edged sword it is. But in the end, there's got to be an immense sense of pride of being, you know, sort of a family operation that you take from it. What's your take on it?
Yeah, it's super cool. It's our family project, right, with Costa. And I always joke with, you know, because Costa's been here since the beginning. And then whoever else plays that at the guitar position, that seems to be a revolving door. Hopefully Kevin is our latest and greatest model that'll stay. We love Kevin. We've known him since he was a child. But, yeah, it's good. It's also a form of business where me and my dad and my brother can be sitting in the room and I can point, hey, no, fuck you. That's not right. Like, you can't do that in normal work. You know what I mean? So we definitely have fun with that. And, many heated arguments, you know, many this and that. I think that's all part of it, though, right? There's no
absolutely
no rebuild without a little demo, right?
Yeah.
So
we used to have these family meetings that turned into knockdown dragouts, you know. But at the end, you shake hands, you're all family, and you walk out, and it's it's all good. So
yeah, exactly.
I got to ask you, your childhood must have been amazing. But at the same time, it was kind of like, well, they're just my dad's friends, you know, that are coming over, all these legendary figures. Do you remember a time where anyone ever visited where you were sort of like starstruck or, oh my God, they're in my house?
So what's funny is like you stole the words out of my mouth, like you listened to other interviews that I did. But yeah, that's really where that's at, is like they were always just Pops' weird friends, right? You know what I mean? So, and then I enjoy the music they made for the music that they made it, you know?
Yeah.
Certain fans and friends of his will release albums and I necessarily won't think they're good or not, you know? There's no bias there.
Yeah.
There's no, not too starstruck, you know? I can walk up to any of Pops' friends or even anyone in the industry now, or if it's not even the same, we talk sports or anything like that. Sure. That's one thing I think is kind of cool is I don't know if I really am starstruck by any of these people rather than really appreciate the craft that they make themselves, you know, a little more organic than just on hype, right? Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, no, they've always been cool and no one I remember my Pops took me to go meet Slipknot when I was in middle school. That was really cool. A little starstruck there. Yeah. You'd laugh at me. They introduced me to Sum 41 when I was like in 6th grade, right? I think Exodus and Sum 41 played a show together in San Francisco. So that was a teeny bopper's wet dream for sure. But other than that, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of, it's, you know, I don't want to say like, part of the industry, but it's like it's just being another name out there and being able to work with those people around you, whether it's like, you know, Chuck Billy needs help on stage for a show or something. You know, we're standing on the same stage, or his sound man asked me to do something. Like, totally, we're all family, right? You know, we played that show in Sacramento with them. Right. So it's like, it's not even a question. It's just being part of it and being a helping part of it, too. So
very cool. Talking with Cody Souza, bassist vocalist for Hatriot, their new album From Days Unto Darkness, coming out July 26th via Massacre Records. Going to be available everywhere. Lots of formats to see. Got CD, vinyl, the whole 9 yards, right?
Yeah. So another guy was asking about the vinyl earlier, but well, I know they're coming. I'm not sure exactly on release dates and everything else. That's to be taken up with the label, but they should all be ready to go the 26th.
Cool.
So.
And at least one more video coming at some point soon.
Yeah. So Gun Against My Head again. I'm fucking probably the one that gets in trouble, but I won't. So a lyrical video coming, and then in the works of a music video.
Awesome. Cody, I always like to wrap things up with fun questions. I'm hoping these are questions that you haven't been asked today. Sound good?
Yeah, go for it, man. Let's do it.
Household chores. Would you rather do dishes or the laundry?
Fuck. Laundry. Laundry makes me feel like I'm getting clean. Dishes make me feel like I'm getting even more dirty. So.
Right. Would you rather be stranded on a desert island alone or with someone who never stopped talking?
Oh, shit. Are you talking about me going to a desert island with Costa? No, I'm just kidding. Dude, I'm such a Kodo. I'd probably have to go with somebody even if they wouldn't stop. Otherwise, I'd fucking kill myself. Yeah. So.
Favorite toy growing up as a child?
Shit, probably my Beast Wars. If we're talking toys, like no video games.
Right.
Beast Wars, which I actually just got 2 tattoos of, was the 90s installment of Transformers when they were animals. So, yeah, I'm a 90s kid, so everyone can deal with it.
All right.
I always get the elitist Transformer fans like, oh, that's the worst installment. It was like, whatever, dude, that's what I grew up with. That's all I know.
Exactly.
So, but anyways.
Favorite old school wrestler?
Oh, dude, that's a question for Costa or my brother. Would Stone Cold be considered old school?
You know, nowadays, it's been a while, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's like mid-school as far as wrestling's history is concerned. If not, I'd probably side with Hulk Hogan if you want to go super old schools, right?
Okay. So, how do you like your eggs cooked?
Over medium, man, for sure. With some toast, noms. So.
All right, last one, and I've been asking this one for a while. In fact, this one predates all these biopics that are coming out now. So, if they were to make a movie of your life, what actor would you have play you in the movie? And it's your movie, your life. You can pick anybody.
Okay, so obviously I'm younger than the populace of actors, probably. I mean, like, you know, there's a lot my age, but back in the day, everyone said that, like, my antics and my ADHD and my love for rock, that I'd be like a Jack Black. So somehow if I was older than Jack Black, he might play a good Cody Souza, possibly. So if there was a little bit of a twist in the universe there. So.
Very, very cool. Well, Cody, it's been a ball. I want to give this one more plug. The band is Hatriot. Cody is the bassist vocalist, along with his brother Nick on drums. You got Kevin on guitar, Costa on guitar. The album is called From Days Unto Darkness, coming out July 26th via Massacre Records. Like I said, I heard an advance copy. It's awesome. Great job. Awesome. I really appreciate it, man. We don't get paid much. We're not rich, so to hear that you love it, that's hundreds in my ears. So awesome. All right. Take care, Cody. Enjoy the rest of your day. Definitely. You too, man. I enjoy the talk. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.